any team is going to play it, R2K would pick.
I put my eggs in that Doom.
But also getting ready on stage. And Guts, you said earlier that there's not a lot known about Friesen.
To be aggressive roaming. It seems he's playing not as greedy as he used to. People remember FY. I mean, he had some very flashy plays on his Rubik's, Mirana's, a few other heroes, but he was always a very greedy full position play. It seems he's kind of toned that back a bit and is being a bit more, like we say, helping out the mid lane always, a bit more of a kind of aggressive roaming full position player. So we'll see if that's something that he's going to do here against Liquid. I think he needs to, because GH is the same thing. Like his counterpart on the Liquid side is a very aggressive, flashy player. GH can pick banning it out, so I guess that kind of just says they don't want to be playing Lone Druid, because otherwise you normally just leave it in, first pick it, or make your opponents ban it.
I mean, I do like, though, because they got to ban that, you know, getting this Keeper of the Light, again, this is another hero that we can expect to see both of these teams highly value. It's a team that a hero that a lot of teams at the moment are speaking very highly of. So I think we can just start to expect to see Keeper of the Light, you know, more frequently in these matchups between multiple teams here coming through as a first-tier pick.
Especially on this one, though, I feel like that's a deny pick. I mean, Team Liquid loves Keeper right
exactly,
now.
Yeah, for both teams. Yeah, it's very, very popular.
Yeah, very good. I wouldn't be surprised to see... Oh, Nyx Assassin instantly picked up against that Bat Rider, as we all know. Slardar still there, but Keeper's not that bad against Slardar either. Nice mana leak and during sprints, great. Wouldn't be surprised, mark my words, to see some Matumba Man like...
I'm currently offended, Slack.
FY
There's
is
a lot of
considered
good Rubiks.
Whatever.
It's not a bad hero.
I've seen FY lose with Rubik. I seldom see KURO.
I mean, I'm sure he's lost a game with Rubik, but it doesn't mean he's not amazing.
I mean, another deny pick. Both of these teams, as we said before, have very similar heroes, and they kind of know each other very well. But Rubik is no joke on a Team Liquid. God, you guys got very uppity about that, man. Gracious me.
Don't you touch my F1.
Don't you talk that way about F1.
I mean, if you go up to a player and say, well, you look really pretty in your gods, you know, there's a certain claim that he
you just don't say that. You just don't say that.
You don't want to insult F1.
Noted. I'm going to write that one down. Thank you, team.
Right.
Okay, next pick.
So with the Ruby picked up, it really doesn't reveal too much. I like this. We know Team Liquid.
Want to go full in early or full in late? Just kind of a mid-ish, you know? Yeah. I don't know how well he does in the super late game.
He's well-rounded because you can itemize to go all in early game, or to like it's based on your itemization. It changes like whether you're an early game or a late game jug. Like you can go for like the farming Maelstrom jug build, get like a Yasha into Maelstrom and just go for the late game.
Yeah.
That's maybe what you have to do. If the game's not looking like you're going to crush it and win super fast, you just go into that Maelstrom. But
Would you want to see a Miracle play today?
Let's go Tinker.
Get one of the Rubik
I was thinking Tinker as well, actually. But then you are not going to get your Rubik, yeah.
Oh, I say, yeah, he might have farm issues then. So between the two of them.
Befuddlement. For some reason, that makes me think of Elmer Fudd from Looney Tunes. I don't know why. I guess you could have just said baffled, but
that's held for a different player, I think.
It is.
But it is an RGK on the Lord.
On the Lord?
And he is... he is one of the, I would say, in the short period, the relative short period that we've had on the Lord, definitely one of the most iconic Underlord players.
Sure.
Are you just laughing every time I say Underlord?
No, I keep thinking you say on the Lord. Like, it's your slang term. You're like, picking it up on the Lord. Like, I like it, Chief. Okay. So,
yeah, I wonder if...
Hard
I mean,
to
do
know
they
right now where
I wouldn't be
Timber's
surprised
going.
if he just plays Mirana again.
Yeah. Mirana's not bad. I mean, you're a bit prone to the glimpses, but...
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's a more fun, like, it is that kind of farming, greedier option. Still a big question mark, like, where's Timber going? Because that could be the mid hero.
It could be the mid.
It could be Marty plays in the safe lane, Mind Control. All three core players on Liquid play the Timber Source, so...
Big question.
And you know they typically want to look to get a physical damage partner for
the Keeper of the Light. You know, once you get that Ags during the daytime, you're always going to be able to precast the Hex before someone like the Slardar Blink initiates. So the vision game becomes incredibly important for VGJ. You know, when it is daytime and that caller has Ags, it's so hard for them to get that jump in because the line's always going to be there to instantly Hex the Timber and their Matu TB.
Tinker becomes so appealing as soon as you see that TB. Tinker just wrecks TB.
Yeah, he's played it. He has played it recently, as recent as the officials have been that they've had.
So it does put most likely the Timbersaw mid for the safe lane Terrorblade. Although, I mean, there's some players like Envy really likes the TB in the mid lane. So there is some flexibility there.
It also depends on where the Ursa's going to go, as you mentioned. If you're Liquid, you want to try and match it up. If Ursa's mid, there might be...
Response is going to be protection against a Slardar and a potential Slardar lifestealer with the Dazzle. First pick Dazzle Slacks. How you feeling?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we saw the strengths of it against that Slardar, that armor reduction. So, yeah, I mean, it is a textbook a good idea. In practice, we'll see.
It does make you wonder where the axe is going to come into play, because we know that ROTK can play.
Something a bit different, but it's typically much preferred to hide your cores than it is to hide your supports. And you picked up 2 supports that are pretty much going to be good in most situations.
Very flexible. Can gank.
Yeah.
Interesting. Liquid as well. We did see the domination that he displayed in Game 1, so don't want to see a repeat of that.
Yeah, not much lockdown. Only the telekinesis between the 2 supports. So
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they can still fix the lack of lockdown in their coming 3 picks. A bit of cores with that. As we have VGJ banning out Invoker again. I mean, that's a bit of a standard run there. And also the Terrorblade from previous game.
makes me think they are likely to go back for the lifesteal now because TB's good range, good
Yeah, sure. I mean, that Scepter, though, was so powerful on him. All that damage reduction, especially on heroes like Warlock, where they just drop all that damage at once. Great way to get out of that. So, not too bad of a pick there coming out from Team Liquid.
And again, Liquid, they have the final pick here. Since they have second pick, you typically want to save that Miracle or Matu hero for last. So they're going to pick their supports, pick their offlaner, keep their opponents guessing for as long as possible with what that last pick could be.
Make sure you have all the chance to counter whatever comes your way.
I still would like to see that axe. You know, already
I think
a few of the offlane is coming out. You know, what else does RTK play? It's the Dazzle, Centaur, Nyx. They're all gone. You know, they've been picked, 2 have been banned.
So he could play the Slardar.
He could, yeah. I think more often than not, VGJ do it as a support starter.
I gotta agree with you, man. I mean, that amount of hold too that Axe has with
Touched
DPS
again,
nicely.
OD. Like last time we got to like that last pick and both teams needed a mid and all the mids were banned out except for a few rare ones.
There's more options this time around.
That's why we end up with a Terrorblade mid, but it worked out fantastic. But I want to say that VGJ may pick their mid and then ban out like a counter or ban out another mid because the mid pull is a bit more limited with some of the bans on Invoker, Storm. As for Liquid, could go.
Very good against the kind of the aura as well. You know, a lot of the times you don't really want to be building necessarily an agi carry against the Underlord because of that aura. That, you know, normally they're going to be building the stat items. Lifestealer, he's going to be. He doesn't build stat item. You know, he builds the Deso, the Armlet, and then Basher, MKB, and such. You know, it's going to be these items that the aura's not going to affect.
So I think you see Lifesteal, you think, how do we kite him around? They haven't got the best kiting heroes. Slider's not bad, but like they haven't got like a good 4-star buyer. Underlord typically wants like the mech, the pipes. He doesn't
secured that safe trip home.
Sniper.
Very interesting. I mean, obviously in the mid lane, you are.
Series has impressed you in either way?
I think that Liquid is continuing to show high individual prowess as well as good chemistry, but sometimes their drafts are a little bit wonky and not particularly suited for this particular patch. And I think the Keeper Light, I think, was play from GH was particularly good. And I think on the side of VGJ, they just have some individual play issues. Like Free's not really delivering, I would say, in the last half of last game. ROTK having a terrible early game, this game and last. I don't know. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with both of these teams, though.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what happens as we see the rest of them that face off against each other. Of course, a little bit later on today, we're also going to be taking a look at the DC versus Wings rematch as well from TI. Always great to see that one. And then the winner of this game, actually, is going to face the winner of that series. So
I also think that he can play a lot of different heroes. Like, he can play the Initiator, like the Centaur of this game. He was IP chat or voice chat, and it's like way too slow or something like that. I don't know. Maybe some ping issues with the TeamSpeak server or whatever they're using.
Yeah. I think that I remember somebody talking about like that a couple of them you're not able to use in China, several of the voice speak servers. I'm not sure about that, but that some of the teams were just using like in-game comms, which to me sounds awful because I don't really.
It's not that bad. If you use open mic, similar position to VG Gaming in game number 1, where they have a very big advantage. It was a 2-Rex at that point, but they just have to be careful about how they approach the high ground. So you can't just do it recklessly and carelessly and be like, oh, yeah, we're very tanky. We have enough items. We can just do it, right? You have to be very cautious. Like they have to charge more to break even.
Maybe also because, like you're saying, like everything's spread out a little bit more in the States is the other thing. Like whereas you have these huge centers of people that want to play games together and make sure that their connection is really solid and stable as well.
Yeah, I guess the demand is really low.
Yeah. Talking econ and Dota,
but
isn't
great. Demand low doesn't mean that your prices are supposed to be low too? Because demand's so low. I don't know.
Well, there's difference of quantity demanded versus aggregate demand. All right, I'm done. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah,
it's an interesting little. I don't know. Calling out Roland. He's wrong.
No, I'm just curious.
No,
maybe it wasn't for cost.
Yeah, it could be something else as well. And maybe it just looks cool too. It'd be like an octagon case, the octagon computer. Get some like
picked off outside of base. You need to push out the lanes, but you can't be too careless, or you can't be in a place where they might drop a observer ward on the high ground and just drop you with an infest bomb. Like there's so many things that like they built up for in the past 10, 15 minutes to actually still be in this game that it's very easy to lapse back into, oh, what am I not supposed to do? Because there's so many more things that they're not supposed to do than Team Liquid. Liquid have a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Aegis cheese, better items, better position, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that it always is going to favor one side over the other, but kind of sucks at this moment. And still sort of looking like it doesn't really feel like there's going to be that much movement along the way. We are getting our TV fixed, which is amazing. I'm loving that. That's the bestest.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Well, I look at my PC.
Game to go the full length in 3 series. I got to say again, we talked a lot about this during the break, but I'm pretty impressed with VGJ's lineup and what they've been able to do.
That wasn't their best showing.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think that GH, he's continued to impress. I'm more impressed with him than anyone else out of these 10.
Well, I do believe that we have an interview that we're going to be going to on the stage, so we'll hand that over to them in just a second.
Now and then, but he's more of like the... Yeah,
Shut up, fuck! They're coming to the stage! Oh my god!
So Team Liquid earlier today, they were able to beat VGJ. I didn't intend for that to rhyme, but they did do that. And that was our first 3-game series that we've seen this tournament. VGJ looked pretty strong in most of the matches. What? You can't hear me?
I heard part of what you said, but I thought VG was a lot. I didn't expect them to look as good as they did.
They overperformed.
Yeah. Been in this form since TI, since they took that championship. We have seen in an interview with Blink that they have been practicing
a lot
for the last,
Winter, give me one bad thing about Wings.
If I'm going to say one bad thing about Wings, I'm going to say that they are a team that tends to lose to themselves. Because sometimes they do something crazy.
Because they try out new things to see what wins them games and what loses games.
Nice save, Shiva. There is no... There it is.
A Panda counters Lone Druid.
Yeah, you can get into the backline really easily, and you can just throw them up in the air. You don't even have to throw the bear in the air anymore. That's the cool thing about it. So I think that they might just do it. I mean, it is Wings though, so they really don't like drafting the same things too often. But with the sheer power that we saw from it displayed in the last series, definitely a possibility.
I don't know, man. I feel like Wings knows how to beat the Lone Druid. I feel like that was kind of a bait.
Yeah, like we said. Absolutely no way to really...
You cannot predict Wings. They just come up with something else entirely. They just try to do something new.
Okay, Morphling is a good gap closer.
Yeah, he gets onto him easily.
Sand King
is a gap closer.
Yeah, it's quite decent.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to think of the next
step. What's Lincoln's Void? I remember back then.
5 seconds remaining.
He was the first guy who did that.
And that would allow them to run the weird lanes that we're kind of talking about.
It is still a Lone Druid, though. I kind of feel like Matuma Man Lone Druid will still be really, really strong. And it seems
they ban Ogre.
Like they are expecting still.
Lone Druid, the only sniper in the game. And sniper does beat Invoker a lot in the lane. And because Slada potentially is going to be the 4-row support, you're roaming around, running around. Sniper with the slow from the shrapnel is very good for setting up for the Slada to run in and crush. Dangerous lane for Invoker.
But Lone Druid is a hero that you want to get into his face and kill him, right? Slardar is a hero that could do that if you give him an
Aegis and cheese in their hands.
Well, really impressive display from Liquid. We saw Wings come in and just do a great job of dealing with DC in the previous series. And they looked nigh untouchable. And now you come into this one, you're able to take them down 2-0. I mean, it feels as if OG is the only one that's kind of going to be left in this one. How are you feeling about this Team Liquid draft?
Very good. I mean, they find drafts that work for them and they stick to them. It's very much always been the KURO style. If something's not broke, don't try and fix it. Wings, on the other hand, went just bizarre draft to bizarre draft in some ways. Sometimes they look like geniuses. That was the case against DC. Everyone's just like losing their mind, like, it's TI Wings, they're all back again. But then you have this series against Liquid and you're like, oh, this is more like post-TI Wings again. They're picking weird.
Does Team Liquid, who's coming on stage right now, maybe already have got that invite in the pocket, you think?
I think just based on performing well recently in qualifiers, I think this tournament with the top 2 finish, it depending on how many slots you're going to get from that region, it'd be hard not to invite them, right? Because who else has really stepped up and kind of claimed that solid spot?
Yeah, they looked very dominant against Team Wings in the winners finals of their group. They were in Group B.
This is a team that No-Tail himself said that it was a personal victory for him to be able to take them out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a scary thing for them. And the diversity that they're coming into this tournament.
Really top tier support already.
Yeah, but as far as claiming that crown, or maybe ascending to some of the players with more accomplishments and LAN achievements before him, very much believed to be next in line. And his hero pool, we've seen some teams have to target that, especially some of his stronger heroes. The fits basically everybody in this current patch. But beyond those heroes, beyond the Earth Spirit starter, there's the bans right there.
Oh, they've made a mistake. They let the Liquid IO through.
And Liquid did respect ban that Earth Spirit as expected. But yeah, that IO, GH's IO, is that the best IO around at the moment?
One of the best, I think.
So, I think so too. Also because a lot of
The explosive potential, certainly not on the same tier.
Yeah, he's more like a mid shield and a bloodlust after the early game. Doesn't do too much. But one thing he does provide for your team is he's going to be able to, buy all the wards and be the full support compared to an Earth Spirit or Slardar where you want items.
well, this opening draft and the game that followed afterwards. The first 20 or 15 minutes of that game, they were not doing well at all. They were losing all
that
their
was
lanes.
the game where they had Slug, right?
And their Slug got
Yeah,
destroyed.
their Slug got destroyed in the lane.
Well, I think that was a drafting problem. I mean, as
And Slug as well, because Slug doesn't do...
exactly.
He's not strong in the lane.
Right, and you need somebody, when you have that kind of aggressive roaming lane that isn't that good at roaming, you know.
But
you
the
need
Ogre
somebody
did
better.
make the mid laner fat. The Cuckoo was really farmed that game because the Ogre was running around.
Good old bloodlust. Helps any lane. Interested to see here. They haven't really given away too much on Team Liquid yet. Basically saying we want all of our heroes to good with IO. We want a little bit of
See the hero at all the entire tournament.
Didn't Liquid play Io Necroforce in I remember
seen a
there was an
mid
event
Necro.
that they played it. I can't remember which one.
Recently in qualifiers, they ran a mid Necrophos, I believe, as well. So, or no, a safe lane Necrophos, I think.
Yeah, I think Matumba Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
Matumba Man played the hero. So basically, you have that double, triple heal, so much heal with the IO. Fight, healing ward, Omni Slash, and whatnot. It's mainly, I think, the focus here is for TNC. They are picking just really good lanes once more. They don't want to have an issue in the laning phase, and they want to be able to kill you and punish you.
we've seen this
Yeah,
entire
so
tournament.
far Sam H has mostly played Slardar.
Team around it, and as a result, it kind of suffered in that early game when there were 3 heroes mid constantly, and they just...
Enigma, I think.
Oh
was the first
yeah,
one, right?
TI1.
So, yeah, you know how to play
I've
this
never
hero?
played
I
the
got
hero.
it, man. Okay, let's do it.
They won regardless.
Yeah. So Rubik and Centaur War Runner. Rubik on Team Liquid, terrifying stuff. Probably one of the best Rubik players in the world. So great first pick there. And Centaur, a little bit more beef this time.
Yeah, they go for the same option in picking a support and an offlaner first. We had Beastmaster obviously in the previous game for my control. I like the Centaur, and again, it leaves it very open to what they are going to do with this draft.
It's a very stable, stable offlaner right now, in my opinion. He provides a lot of control in team fights with the stun plus his ultimate. He is a very strong laner.
Not real great at the moment. I think they
Ursa
lost
is
that game.
not that good against Weaver.
Oh no,
Not
that's a hard matchup.
not that great against Stampede. Difficult here though. They need good lockdown for the Weaver right now, but at the moment they have only the Lasso.
I think something like a puck could be very threatening for them. Not sure if that's.
Puck's great against Stampede because you lock them now in a position. But then when you go Puck plus Bat Rider as your, oh wait, they do run support Bat Rider. Didn't they teams play?
Yeah, they do.
Didn't teams play one? Was it on the first day where he actually played a support Bat Rider in one game?
I think.
Yeah,
you are
I remember
correct,
him
sir.
playing the Bat Rider. So it could be something along those lines. But it will be really greedy though if you have IO plus Bat Rider as your support duo, because both of those heroes need a lot of farm.
Yeah, they had the Bat Rider that time with the Rubik support combination. They did also have Sam H on the Sand King that game.
Yeah.
If you are OG or Vici J, you are looking at Liquid maybe a little bit scared. What are your thoughts, Merlini? Give me a little bit of a rundown here.
You have to be able to punish their early game. Liquid's early game was just way too good. Game number 1, Godlike Ember a little after 10 minutes. Game number 2, free farming Enigma, and they're still crushing the lanes. So TNC, their laning phase was just the worst of any TNC game that I've seen. Definitely at this tournament, and definitely in quite some time. And Liquid, very impressive in the early game. GH showing off its prowess with the Wisp. And Enigma, I think, is going to keep rising in stock.
Definitely. Well, I do believe that we're going to be heading over now for a winner's interview with the one, the only, Kuroky. Set.
好，首先介绍一下我们的英文主持人
Hello. Oh, hey.
我们的解说加翻译 Jack。
大家好。
Kuroky。
There it is.
那我们来听一下 Slax 要问些什么。OK，let's start.
All right, man. Hey, good to see you again, man. How you feeling? Big victory there.
Feeling okay. Yeah.
Feeling okay? You get.
It's like when I came here, I got sick, so I'm getting better now. Yeah, it's like
Stay away, jeez. All right, cool. So last time that I talked to you, you said that you had to do a little work with Team Liquid. Back in Dream League, you said you guys needed to improve and kind of get it together. Do you think that this is the max level that you guys can get, or can you get even better than how you are right now?
I think we're just getting started, to be honest.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Very cool.
刚才是问一下他感受如何，他说是一开始生病了，所以感觉不太好，不过现在慢慢的康复了。然后问他一下，一开始组队的时候好像状态和磨合都还需要一些修补，然后他说最近越来越好，不过还没有达到他们完全的潜力，所以还会再成长。
All right, so I heard some rumors that you've been cracking the whip on this team, you know, not allowed to go see movies, they gotta only watch replays. What have you been doing to keep these guys in check?
Well, it's like, you know, I don't know what to say. Like, we had a very rough start into the year after TI, and I thought, like, we need to change something. You can't, like, do good things in your life if you don't change yourself. So I told the guys, you know, we need to work harder. They're all very eager to work hard and stuff. And, like, sometimes, like, teams, they start slacking off, and you want to watch movies. No movies. You're gonna watch replays.
Indeed. So any other things that you've done to keep these guys in order?
No, just tell them, like, let's do it. You only have so many chances in life. I want them to understand, like, you're pros, but a couple of years, you're not. It's done. So.
That's deep, man.
就是问他一下怎么收拾他的战队的，然后他说一开始嘛，他们 TI 之后状态不太好，可能有点放松一些呢。他想你要取得好成绩，必须先改变自己，所以他说你们想看电影吗？不看电影吧，还是看录像好一点。然后他说你打职业这些机会不多，所以一定要珍惜，一定要去努力的付出。
All right, this one's great. Last one for you, buddy. This one's a little personal. I tried to interview Miracle yesterday. I tried today. He won't do it. What is he hiding? Can you tell me what his big secret is? What's he trying to not let these people know about?
I think he's just very shy, to be honest. But maybe you'll get one later.
Well, I certainly hope so, man. Thank you so much.
就是问他为什么奇迹哥一直不接受采访，是不是在隐藏什么？然后他说奇迹哥就是比较害羞，不过他说后面可能会有，那就是表示得到冠军的话，可能会拿到奇迹哥来接受采访。
好的，我们也期待 Miracle 能够在决赛之后有机会来接受我们的。We will. Oh, here we go.
Seeing the teams enter the stage. Team Liquid is the first one on, and Team Liquid. People are cheering Liquid right now.
Oh,
yes, they are.
The Matumba special coming in.
Look at that. Wow.
There we go.
He's even got the khaki jeans on.
Nobody knows how to hype up a crowd like Team Liquid. Look at that Kuro. A
Wow.
respectable man. A man that they can... Oh, he's sick. He's coughing into his...
No, he's going, I'm going to draft this. He's letting those secret leaks out. Well, there we have it. Liquid.
I've seen such dankness come out from one team. Oh! Next.
There you go. The quiet guy, the new guy, GH God. You know, he calls himself GH God. I feel like that's kind
that's
of...
a little... I mean, we do have a caster amongst us calling himself gods, so, you know, it's a common occurrence.
It's true. I guess in a way that's true.
Well, I did meet some Chinese fans, and they're like, they had seen Parker around earlier. They're like, have you seen God Z?
God Z.
They call him God Z.
God Z.
Because of his capitalization, too.
Wow.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, he does
They're
have
pronouncing
that.
it correctly. All of us in the West are idiots.
I know.
Do you think-
I like...
Someone. It is some Arab.
So many things you have to ban. You have to ban Wisp. You have to ban Coddle. You have to ban...
What is happening?
Usually when that's the case...
You can't talk strats with the enemy, Kuro.
Kuro
This
betrayal.
is like the BM before the...
Curious if we might see the return of Silencer. Very big in the Chinese scene. We saw it picked up earlier in this tournament, then kind of forgotten about. I mean,
you need a really good jump hero to synergize with it. Like Batrider, Legion, Storm Spirit, these are the heroes that you want with a Silencer.
Sure.
I don't think Centaur is the best pairing with them.
Okay.
But I do like your line of thought. I think it's really good to deal with the Brewmaster in the team fights. But as we've seen, it's sometimes just slow. You're like, oh, we don't have global, and he doesn't offer that much. It's not like he's a mech carrier or anything like that.
Of course. Dazzle going to be picked out too. It's pretty interesting.
What are you thinking, Odie? What's going through your mind?
I mean, I think so far, ban-wise, there's just not been anything too surprising. It's exactly what we expected from these two teams going up against each other.
Bloodlust on the bear.
Yeah.
And you can Bloodlust BKB/Magic Immune heroes nowadays, so it's your poor man's alacrity right there.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I mean, you're thinking like a pro player now. Every pro player I talk to says playing Ogre Magi is the worst experience. He's literally just a bloodlust machine.
Yeah.
But
they all hate it.
Yeah.
But you have talents now, at least.
Sure.
So you can get like GPM and whatnot, so that's great.
And he has a lot of other uses, too. I mean, he's kind of that fatty, tanky hero. Can put on some...
He can bloodlust 2 people at once. He can bloodlust 3 people at once. He can bloodlust 4 people at once. What a great hero.
Sure. But we did see a great lane earlier in this tournament with a Ogre Magi and like a Sand King. So
Matchup versus OD, and I think you have way more kill potential because you have the BH.
Yeah.
As predicted, there you go.
I think that's really, really good for VGJ.
It's a really good pick. So what does Matamba Man play here? Let's see. They don't really need push that much because I think their late game is a little bit better, and they can stall a little bit more with the keeper.
Could you try a Terrorblade this game?
Terrorblade? Terrorblade's like
magical
all right
damage.
here. You can give up Slaughter or Lifestealer, but Centaur has been that strong team fighting ultimate, and you can get the Ags.
Gold. And there were a lot of skirmishes, so there was a lot of track gold involved. Still plenty of time to pick up that core that does that. And hey, who knows? Maybe they want to go back for the Sven. That's a stun right there.
No.
Not the Sven.
Please don't bring out the Sven again.
They picked it. They obviously thought it could work.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just Sven though. You get kited.
Yes, and we saw that
yeah,
exactly.
It's just a little rough.
Yeah.
There's very few situations that I would actually like to be a Sven as the carry. Maybe if you're versus a Meepo, some other specific situations, but in general,
yeah.
All right, so who do we want to see here for VGJ?
So we're not sure where the Slaughter is. We haven't seen ROTK play. It's like you use Flame Guard and then you go in again, so it's not as bad. Also, a lot of them have picked up the one slight early to dodge the EMP in lane, so it's pretty good actually. I think versus Invoker. Not amazing, but playable. Juggernaut. Magic Immunity. One of the better cores versus Lifestealer Slaughter. You want a core that can like survive on its own. Luna, you just die every time a Slaughter Lifestealer. Jug, you have a decent shot of escaping. You Manta, you spin away.
Sure.
Whatever, you're good.
Diffuser Blade Karis or something else that can kind of deal with the Ember if you want to build it that way.
And also you can actually siege buildings versus a keeper. That is super important. Last game we saw it. Lifestealer, Rage, bam, hit towers, you're good for 6 seconds. Juggernaut, same thing. You spin, you hit towers, you're good. Like, you don't need to pop a BKB or a Manta or have a Lotus on you or MK.
Player. What player are we looking for?
Well, which side?
Jerax
Which
for
side?
Liquid.
Yeah.
Jerax for Liquid.
That's Jerax for Liquid, which is
And
why we see the
ROTK
push
likely.
band out.
Yeah. I'm just trying to cycle through here the ROTK.
Earth Spirit is, I think, really good for...
They win the game, potentially guarantee their way through the direct invite to Kiev. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but Gods, break it down for me. How do you think they're feeling right now?
It's got to feel good, you know. It's back-to-back LAN wins. They had won a much smaller LAN in the recent Dream League season, but this is the big one. This was competing against teams like OG, VG Gaming, Wings, DC. They're competing against some of the best teams here, so they're going to feel really good. I think more than anything, a sigh of relief, because they've stuck with this roster even though they didn't make it to the recent major, and it's paid off. It's probably secured them a spot at the next major, and now they know they don't have to go through those grueling European qualifiers. So not quite the hype moment for them, because I think they probably knew this game was in the bag for quite some time, so it didn't really have that like nail in the coffin, like huge killing blow, but it was still a fantastic result from Liquid.
Well, there we go, raising up the trophy. I do believe that we're going to be switching over into an interview very shortly. You can see the excitement there. And good shout out as well to VG Gaming.
Liquid 的战队以无可争议的表现，一路杀入总决赛，最终夺取冠军。我想，此刻的 Liquid 应该是舰队史上最强的一支 Liquid。希望在接下来的时间里，依然可以看到他们在各大赛事中的精彩表现。好的，那在赛后我们还是会对我们的冠军队伍进行一下采访。来，有请我们的 Slacks and Dan。
Gentlemen, congratulations! You've done it! You've earned the cup! And this is the Team Liquid that we've been waiting to see. It's got to be feeling good.
I mean, is there a question there?
No, yes, the question is, how are you feeling? Tell me about it.
I'm feeling good. Before we start anything, I just want to give a huge shout out to my big brother CBS. Without him, I wouldn't have been here. I just want to tell him that I love him.
All right, fantastic. Gotta talk to me, girl. There are 3.5 million people watching this right now. Talk to me about what you have to say to them and what you have to say about these great Chinese teams that you've faced off against.
Well, thank you everyone for supporting us and supporting the tournament. And we knew from the beginning that VGJ is pretty good. Kind of expected them to meet in the finals because before they came here, they won everything, like qualifiers, DAC, Starletter, etc. But yeah, everything is cool. I was like,
good to hear. I forgot about translations. Please, Jack.
问他一下赢了有什么感受？他就是说知道对面的对手 VGJ 肯定是很强的，他们跟他们打就觉得实力很强。从一路他们打预选赛打过来，就知道一定会很难面对他们，所以当然很高兴能获得这次的冠军。
All right. I was wondering, do we have your permission to report people that go mid Animage now tomorrow? I mean, it's going to be the new craze, and I'm not really feeling that. Is it okay for us to be angry at those guys?
No, I think it's okay to play anti-mage mid. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's gonna ruin everything. But Toma, you got a shout out, buddy? Hit me up.
I mean, I only have one shout out to my Finnish friends. It goes like this: Ois pakalia ja sikana kalia. It means Finland for the win.
Okay, good luck translating that one, Jack.
这个语言虽然我翻译不了，不过他后来英文也解释了，就是对他芬兰的朋友说，就是芬兰胜利。然后他刚才问那个 Mind Control 是不是看到以后有人玩中单敌法时可不可以举报？然后他说大概还不该这样吧。
All right, and we'll close it out with the man himself. Great plays, great times, and I hear there's something that you wanted to say personally.
Oh, I'm gonna say I love China, China #1, and thank you all.
And that will do it for Team Liquid. Thank you so much, guys.
我觉得最后一句已经不用翻译了。